it is not by chance that you want to do this, that you feel called to do this, that it is your soul's purpose. In the universe, God, spirit, energy, whatever, will never give you more than what you can handle. This is like extra, whatever it needs to be. I am trying to center myself and be connected as much as I can. Your body, mind, and spirit are going to start shifting to that becoming of what you're about to do. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you are new, my name is Andrea Johnson. I'm a Reiki master and psychic development teacher and an inner work and manifestation coach. I help people expand their consciousness, improve their lives through energy work and with coaching. So welcome to the Good Vibe Tribe. Welcome to another episode of what I call Conscious Coffee Talks, where we discuss a topic to expand our consciousness. So today's topic's not going to really be a conscious expansion. This is more business. I'm kind of, I run an energy work business, coaching business. In this episode, I'm going to actually give you guys my thought process and my breakdown of how I actually go about hosting and teaching my Reiki courses. This video is going to help people who are basically energy work teachers, or maybe you're a coach or a teacher looking to host a live event for your community, for your clients, or for your students. In particular, this is going to be Reiki for me. You can basically take my outline and my strategies of what I do, or if you're a Reiki teacher, feel free to take what I do and use it and apply it to your business. So this video will show you from start to finish my routine and my strategy behind hosting and executing, teaching a live Reiki course. First off, guys, you're gonna want to create your course. And this is a whole nother video in itself. I will create that for you guys to show you how I broke down such a massive project to basically take everything in my head and create a course. So I will show that to you guys in a different video, but you're gonna wanna create your content first. Make sure it is complete by the time that you advertise for it, which brings me to my next step. You're gonna wanna create a launch plan. This is a whole nother video, but essentially the launch plan, you're gonna wanna give yourself enough time between when you launch to the launch date to actually advertise for yourself and gain momentum. So there's gonna be some thought process, some marketing behind this to really understand who your target audience is, how to create content around this to really build it up. And that's a whole nother video, which I will make. But for the sake of time, this is just my structure on how to host and the steps to do it. So once I have my content plan, I actually start pumping out my content and advertising for myself. Make sure that if I had a list of people who are interested from my previous Reiki class, that I follow up with those people as well too. And I follow up with clients or people who I think would be interested, just based on conversations that we've had, or they're people that I know in the shops and they've discussed or expressed their interest to me, but I just wasn't hosting at the time. I do not cold message people. I'm not for that. I've done the MLM before and still do Beachbody kind of, but I never cold message people. I only follow up with people who I truly believe and authentically feel want to take my course, as well as my students that may be a level 1 and 2, especially with my level 3 and master teacher course. I contact them first to give them the opportunity to take the course before it sells out. And yes, I put a cap on it because it is going to take your energy as well too, and the more people that you have in your course, it's gonna require more of your time and your dedication the actual day of. So it allows me to actually divide my attention appropriately and not take up too much time for the course. Because people are going to have questions. You're going to have all different standpoints of where each student is at, and you're going to have to meet them where they're at and bring them up to the level of where they need to be. So you really need to understand yourself as a teacher, how much energy that you have to put towards this, your level of mastery on teaching, because it is a skill. And so if you're starting off with teaching, you're going to want to probably maybe start with like 2 or 3, or maybe just even your family and friends at first, and doing it for free. When I first started, I did it for free. I taught my husband first, and then my actual first course, I only had one student, and I charged, I think, half price for it. I didn't even charge her the full amount. So I made sure that I felt comfortable with my prices and the number of students that I was offering it to, because it will help you push this thing out there. You're gonna understand that if you believe in your skills and in your content or what you have created or what you're selling, that it becomes very easy to actually do this. There is no slime in it, no nothing at all. You are completely 100% authentic, and the right people will come to your class. That is the key behind selling. I can't remember who had said it at one point, but there is absolutely no difference between selling something that you are 100% authentic in and believe in for your customer, or complete manipulation. The only difference in it is your intention on what you have, and your customer or student or whatever is going to sense if you are not authentic about the product or course or whatever it is that you are selling. So once I push out my content according to my schedule that I have made, I keep a class roster. So I'll have people sign up all throughout the time period. And the time period in which I do this, I give myself about 2 or 3 months, or try to. Ideally, I want to get to a place of where I have set dates throughout the entire year, and then I game up for launch dates. Just a side note, that could be your goal, maybe it's not, but that is an extended goal of mine. It's just really hard to know what the year is gonna bring. But anyway, so you're gonna wanna keep a class roster and keep track of your students. So when it gets closer to the dates, you start reaching out to them to gain momentum for the class. So when I get a student sign up, I send them my class guidelines, which outlines their expectations of what they can expect for the day and the things that they need to bring. So for example, I have them bring a notebook, I have them bring a yoga mat or a pillow if they have it and they want to. I tell them what our day is going to look like, and I give them the criteria or the curriculum for the course, so they know what is to be expected of the teaching that I'm going to provide them. I tell them what clothes to wear as far as like comfortable. I describe the environment to them. So that's kind of part of my guidelines. Be as descriptive and as clear as you can, because you're going to want to communicate these things. You don't want to leave any kind of question open-ended, right? So I will send them guidelines on the day of. I will send them the location on where it's at and the time that they need to be there and the time that it ends. I also send them a prompt sheet. So this is kind of what goes into my next one, but a prompt sheet on to kind of get their minds thinking on what they would like to achieve from the course. So obviously they want to learn Reiki. I want to know why they want to learn Reiki. I want to know why they want to use this in their life. What are their goals? What are they struggling with? Are they trying to heal something? Are they trying to start a business? This helps me understand them better to be able to meet them and give them what they need. So this is super important, and also helps set an intention. It helps them get clear on their intention for taking the course, because sometimes students take it and they just are like, it just feels right. I don't know, this just feels right to take it. It's okay if they don't understand in the moment. They'll probably understand it later, but it's just to get the thoughts flowing. So I find this to be a really, really good thing, especially with energy work. If you set intentions before even doing like energy work sessions or taking courses, you can receive power behind the intention, healing from it, anything like that. You can use it to manifest, gain clarity, whatever so may be. You can use this course as a power behind the intention for something that you want to improve in your life. I also send out my payment guidelines. So if you have a payment plan that you offer, you want to communicate your price, you want to communicate when they need to pay and how that they can pay you. So those are all the things that I communicate beforehand. So for myself, if they don't pay me up front, I require it the day of, and I will also require a deposit. This is just a safety net for you. I highly recommend doing a deposit because there have been plenty of times where I have students sign up for something, but come day of, they drop out. So then you have lost a seat that you could have potentially given another student, and then you've lost out on money. And then also, if you buy food for your course, that kind of stuff too, and print certificates, print off books, that's all money lost when somebody drops a class. So it is just a safety net for you to have payment plan guidelines and to actually get a deposit. So it further holds the student accountable to show up. Dependent upon what courses they are taking, they have to put half down before the course, and they have to give me the other half the day of the course. So, and I do not offer refunds. So this just helps hold people accountable. They know what to expect. So I would lay this out in a sheet that you give students or that you have posted on your website, something of that nature. So once time gets closer to the class, about a week in advance, I start creating and printing off my certificates that I make for the students on the representation that they have taken my course. This is really important because they're going to want something tangible, especially if they want to join like a federation or like some kind of other Reiki group, or if they want to be a practitioner, they're probably going to need a certificate. I know for myself, when I joined William Rand's group, I had to actually provide proof that I was a Reiki practitioner. I also had to provide proof whenever I went to go apply for a Reiki practitioner at the Spiritual Wellness Center. I had my certificates with me. So create some kind of certificate or proof that the student has taken your course. And you're going to want to also create your books. So for me, I have books that basically the content of my class. So you can do that. You can do notes, or you can do like PowerPoint. I've done it all. So it's just your preference on what you want. It really does help to have something tangible that the student can refer back to, because it's not really realistic to have them remember everything or take notes the entire time for when you're teaching. So then about a week before the course, I create a Facebook group just for the students for that date. I do this to basically once again communicate everything that I sent them before when they first signed up. We also do a week cleanse that I also give guidelines on too when they first sign up. So I start a week in advance and I remind them of the cleanse, and I kind of use this 1 week window as almost building momentum for the course. This is really important too, because when you decide to do something, you make a decision to do something, your energy completely shifts towards that. Your reality will start to shift towards that. Your body, mind, and spirit are going to start shifting to that becoming of what you're about to do, right? So it's prepping your energy for the date of the class. So doing the cleanse is power behind the intention to get your energy prepared. Creating momentum in that group chat, getting everybody excited. You might have some students who have questions. It's a good place to really establish community and get everyone familiar before the day of, especially if they don't know each other. So creating a group chat and developing momentum, I feel like, is very important. About 1 to 2 days before, I cleanse my entire space. Wherever I'm teaching at, if I'm doing it, hosting at home, I will clean my entire house top to bottom, and I will sage it. Basically create a sacred space for the event to take place. This is super important. The students need to feel welcome. They need to feel good when they step into this space. They need to feel comfortable and like they can be safe and open to express themselves, because things like a Reiki course is honestly designed for the students' healing and evolution. So they need to feel safe enough to do so, to express themselves and have open discussion. So the home needs to be clean, or just wherever you host it needs to be, a nice reputable place. Power behind the intention, sage it, tone it, bring in all the good juju energy. The week leading up and the day of the class, I make sure I prepare my own energy. I am reviewing the content, the teaching content. I'm making tweaks to where I see that they need to be made. I am meditating. I am practicing my symbols for the attunement ceremony. I am getting my energy into alignment, meaning I'm taking care of myself, body, mind, spirit. I'm taking steps to be better. So making sure I'm eating good food, drinking a lot of water. My spiritual practice is like extra, whatever it needs to be. I am trying to center myself and be connected as much as I can for that day. It is a lot of work, guys. If you are an energy work teacher, whatever, spiritual teacher, it is a lot of work that actually goes into this, to host and to teach. Your energy has to be correct. If it is not, I always say everything happens for a reason, but if it is not, you will not channel efficiently the way that you could. But I do believe everything happens for a reason, and everything is an experience. And if you feel that you didn't show up the way you wanted to, you use it as a learning experience. I know for myself, every single class that I teach, I always walk away with understanding something better, which I made a whole list of them from the last time. So it's just progression. There is no failure. There is just moving forward. After you have conducted the class, follow up with your students. I do this with my clients. Follow up with them, see how they are doing. I still keep the Facebook chat, and we call it the 21-day cleanse. So 21 days after the course, I basically kind of guide them through an energy cleanse. It's a Reiki thing. If you know it, you know it. So it's almost like a detox per se for your energy body. So I keep the chat going, and I keep momentum going. I keep, communication open. I make it a safe place for people to express what they're going through during this cleanse if they want to share. Now, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's totally up to them on what they feel. But it's really, really important after your class that you follow up with your students, see how they're doing, and also provide community for them. So I have a student support group, and it can just be a Facebook group. I just have a Facebook group that I put all my students in there, and I let them know that if they have any questions, anything like that, I am there to support them. If they have anything they want to share in that group, they are welcome to share it. If you want to create guidelines for this group, that's probably a smart thing to do so people know what to expect from it and what to post and what not to post. So you can set up something in the admin, things like that, if it's a Facebook group. So creating community afterwards is super important. It's also going to help them stay grounded in their practice, help them stay confident in it. By you creating a community, they're kind of using you as the example, your energy, you're embodying this thing, right? It helps them embody it too, and it helps them achieve their goals. So I always tell this to my clients, my students even, this is a lifelong thing for me. I'm always going to be the Reiki master teacher. I still have students like years that still reach out to me and we talk on chat. So it's a lifelong thing. I always provide support. And I think one of the most important things to understand about this is the universe will never give you more than what you can handle. You are doing this for a reason. You feel called to be a teacher, a coach, whatever it so may be, for a reason, to create sacred space for others, to hold space for others, to assist them in their journey. It is not by chance that you want to do this, that you feel called to do this, that it is your soul's purpose. In the universe, God, spirit, energy, whatever, will never give you more than what you can handle. So if you feel like what you're doing is not enough, it is enough. If you feel like you don't have enough students, everyone who is supposed to be in your class showed up, and they showed up the way that they were supposed to. Same thing with you as a teacher. You're always going to be bettering yourself, just like your students are always going to be bettering themselves. So nothing is by coincidence. Everything is divinely orchestrated, and you will always receive what you need to in the moment. So just look at the positives and always do your best. Even if you think that you're not doing your best, you are. And even if students back out or don't show, things of that nature, it is never anything that you have done. It is always something that is within them that prevented them from wanting to move forward. So it is not your fault. You just have to keep going. You will understand your boundaries between students, clients, what you can handle when you reach them. And sometimes boundaries can be our greatest teachers. So just handle everything with self-love for yourself, and it will naturally happen for others. So anyways, guys, I hope this video helped you. I hope you guys got some ideas, maybe saw what all really goes into this. It is a long process, guys. I prepare months in advance, especially the month of. I'm spending pretty much all month preparing for that day. So it takes a lot of energy, but it is completely worth it to me, and I receive so much in return that it just makes me want to keep going. The fulfillment and the fire it lights in my soul. So, but if you guys are interested in my upcoming Reiki courses, I will put a link down below on my next class dates so that you will have them available. So, sending you all of my light and all of my love. We'll see ya.